What's up everyone, today we're going to be doing 20 tips and tricks on Siege. I just want to say a quick thank you to my friend Jake for helping me create some of the clips. A link to his channel will be in the description. This video is a guide for new players, and even if you're not new you still might learn something. Also, I would appreciate a follow because I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers on YouTube. So with all that said, I hope you learned something new after this video, and yeah, I appreciate your time. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is terrorist hunts. These are a perfect way to warm up your aim and learn head height as well. I recommend you go on headshot only because it will warm up your aim better, and also you will learn head height quicker. Now the second thing I want to get into is quick peeking. Now usually you don't want to over quick peek because people can pre-fire your head. But quick peeking is a useful mechanic to learn and is very useful for clearing out rooms to check there's no people in there. I recommend if you see an enemy, quick peek 2 or 3 times and then take your shot. Now the third thing I want to get into is baiting people with your knife. So if you didn't know already, you can knife round a corner and it makes it really difficult for the enemy to shoot you while you're knifing. Usually after you knife peek, the enemy will pre-fire, then you'll get info on their position, and then once you figure out their position, you can make a play. Now the fourth thing I want to get into is nading below. So if an enemy is spotted or you spot an enemy on your drone, you can pull out your nade and wait till the last few ticks, and then you throw your nade and you can get a kill from below. Now tip number 5 is spotting utility on your drone from below and shooting it through the floor. Now this is perfect with Mirror because shooting her mirror open will force her to change positions and you can make the play. Now the next tip I want to get into is using your surrounding objects to your advantage. Now as you can see, if you're stood in the middle of sight, it's very easy for their enemy to get a kill on you. Now if you watch closely, you'll see that even just a few holes in the bar can get you a free kill. Tip number 7 is learning callouts. So as you can see, there's a compass at the bottom of your screen. The text above that compass is the callout. So I'm in hallway, so say for example I died in hallway, call out to my team that I died in hallway. Or if you wanted to get really advanced with it, I would say I died in the northeast of hallway. Now tip number 8 is realizing what attachments you put on your gun and realizing the benefits of each attachment. As you can see, compensator reduces horizontal movement while shooting. This will be good for if I couldn't control the recoil moving side to side. The suppressor would be good for catching the enemy off guard and pushing in from a different area from your team. And the extended barrel has had a rework where it does more damage when you put it on your gun. Tip number 9 is learning the recoil patterns of each weapon. Learning the recoil patterns of each weapon will improve your aim and increase your overall skill. Tip number 10, which not a lot of people tell you, is do not fold under pressure. Even in 1v4 situations which might seem impossible, you still need to try. Because the more you get in this situation, the more you'll understand the positioning you'll need to take them one at a time. In the clip above, you can see that I keep myself composed and I take my gunfights one at a time, which ultimately puts me in a better spot to win the round.
He's on my rotate. Nice.
Tip number 11 is mental state. Now, if your mental state is bad when you're playing Siege, you're most likely going to blame your teammates for a lot of your mistakes. Therefore, you're probably going to hate the game more. So I recommend playing Siege with a clear head and the idea in your head that you want to improve. Tip number 12 is to learn from your mistakes. So when you die, instead of complaining, is trying to learn how the enemy killed you and what you could do next time to prevent that from happening. Because if you constantly keep making excuses, you're never going to find out how they actually killed you. You won't come up with different techniques to approach that situation next time, therefore making it a lot harder for you to improve. Tip number 13 is adapting to the new playstyle. Now this tip is mainly aimed at returning players. Siege used to be a more slow-paced game, but over recent years, Siege has become more fast-paced. So in order to adapt to the new fast-paced playstyle, I recommend constantly training your reaction time. I've linked a video in the description that can train your reaction time, so make sure to go check that out. It focuses on hitting flicks and detecting movement with your eyes. Tip number 14 is don't swing everything. You see this in a lot of plat players which have really good aim but are so confident in their aiming ability that they swing everything. Now if you're someone that does this which has really good aim and you want to get better at Siege, think smart and take your gunfights one at a time, because the only thing that's stopping you from being a diamond or a champ is your game sense.
Going for default plant.
Someone's below, got him. Now, tip number 15 is don't submit to cheating. Siege can be a frustrating game at some times, but just because you're losing in a game doesn't mean you should submit to cheating. Console is in the worst state it's ever been in right now for cheating, ranging from zims, macros, strike packs, etc. So I know it can be hard to deal with going against them at some times, but just because someone else is cheating in a video game doesn't mean you should too. In my opinion, get better at the game how it's supposed to be played, so the reward is a lot better when you kill a cheater the way the game is supposed to be played. Tip number 16 is look at who you are banning. I cannot stress the amount of times that I've went into ranked, people have banned the same operators over again. Thatcher, Jackal, even on maps like Coastline, people still ban Thatcher. Don't just ban people because it's the main operators to ban in ranked. Ban operators that are difficult to go against depending on the map that you're on. Tip number 17 is when you're playing bad or on your bad days, make sure to play support operators. For example, if your team need a bandit, play bandit. If your team need a Jaeger, play Jaeger. Or if your team needs a heal up, play a heal up. Or if your team needs a hard breacher on attack. Make yourself as useful as you can to your team. Tip number 18 is play with a stack. Quite a lot of people in this game solo queue or don't play with a full stack. Now this could be one of the main reasons why you're not getting higher ranks. If you've got a stack that you enjoy playing with, that's a better environment for you to learn and enjoy the game more. Another thing is you'll want to try play with people that are similar or better than you at the game. This way you can all learn together and you won't feel alone on your journey to get better at the game. Tip number 19 is the silent push. Now if you melee the third slat up from the barricades and the sixth one, this is really good for catching the enemies off guard, and it's also good for solo pushes into sight. Making the crouch hole is a lot more silent as opposed to just breaking the barricade. Tip number 20 is breaking the glass on windows on defense. This way you can hear anyone outside of it and you can also hear anyone rappelling up. And the final secret Siege tip is to subscribe to Keenan Live on YouTube, because I've got your mum in a headlock right now and she tells you to subscribe, or she'll disown you and she'll kill your pet fish with the brick. And also I've got like 3 months to live, so like you should feel bad for me and subscribe. Now, but on a serious note, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something from it, and constructive comments will always be appreciated. I'd love for you to help me grow as a creator. Let me know in the comments if there's any videos you want to see from me, and that's all from me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.